So I will be continuing the report to the synergy between art and literacy. So visual creativity. So visual creativity refers to the skill or reimagining and transforming familiar visual patterns into new and meaningful forms. So it involves breaking away from conventional ways of seeing or thinking to generate original ideas. So this ability is complex and essential in fields like painting, sculpture, and design. So, example of visual creativity is Every Child is Special. So, the main character in the story is specifically is visual creative. The way he sees, perceives, processes, and makes sense of things around him is visually create images in his mind and other patterns he can think. So let's proceed to the Torrance test of creative thinking, or TTCT. So the Torrance test of creative use test that measures how creatively a person thinks, especially children. So it was developed by Dr. Ellis Paul Torrance, who believed that creativity is just as important as intelligence, specifically in learning and problem solving. So, TTCT assess how creative a child's work are often given to children to determine advanced placement or as part of an entrance examination. So, children are scored on a number of aspects. This includes, so first is creative titles for a picture. So, for example, instead of calling a picture of a rainy street or rainy day, a child might call it the sky's sad symphony. So that shows deeper thought and imagination. So that's the example of creative titles for pictures. So next is expression. So the more expressive and engaging their ideas are, so the higher they score. So that's how the expression goes. So next is imagery and humor. So creative kids often have a unique way of seeing the world, and this might come out in funny, surprising, or poetic ways in their answer. So mo na ilahang the way sila mukha ng mga bata. So the fifth synergy between art and literacy is aesthetics. So it is a clear design principle that defines a design's pleasing qualities. In visual terms, it includes factors such as balance, color, movement, pattern, scale, shape, and visual weight. So commonly, we define aesthetically beautiful piece of art as something which is pretty, well organized, or something pleasing on eye. So for example, example of aesthetics. So imagining a painting of a calm beach at sunset. So they often warm color like oranges and pinks. So the balanced composition with the sun in the center, so and the gentle waves all contribute to its aesthetic appeal. So it feels peaceful and visually satisfying because all of the elements are carefully arranged to please the eye. So that's it for my part.
So good morning, ma'am. I am Megan Sandy C. Martin. I am going to tackle about the important categories which can or break aesthetics of a piece of art. So first is the dominant sense in the majority of people is our sight. We can stop ourselves to look at what we find beautiful. It is as if the light reflects from beautiful design acts as magnet for our eyes. Visual aesthetic have these key elements: color, shape, pattern, line, texture, visual weight, balance, proximity, and movement. Use these elements, we will help us achieve good visual aesthetic. So for most people, vision is the strongest and most used sense. We are naturally inclined to look at things that appear attractive or beautiful, such as the color, shape, pattern, line. Beautiful objects captured our gaze automatically, almost like a magnet. This is because light reflects off design and our eyes are drawn to that reflection, especially when it forms something aesthetically pleasing. So like, makita dyan yung mga aesthetic siya. Next one is hearing. Our ears are capable of perceiving a whole another level of aesthetic design. The ability to hear how your car engine works, how the digital product notifies you of new messages, and etc. This is the power of sound aesthetics. Sound aesthetics have these key elements: loudness, pitch, beat, repetition, melody, pattern, and noise. Using them, we will create enjoyable music for ours. You can, just like our ears are drawn to beautiful visual, our ears are sensitive to sounds, and sound can also be designed beautifully. This is called sound aesthetic. So, the power of hearing, our ears don't just detect noise, they can recognize pattern, tones, and rhythms. For example, you can hear if something's wrong with your car engine. You notice notification sounds from your phone or digital devices. These sounds are not random. They are often carefully designed to give us the right feeling or reaction. So next one is touch. Skin is the largest organ in our body. It also helps us experience the aesthetics. Material aesthetics are especially important for physical products. Material aesthetics key elements are texture, shape, weight, temperature, vibration, and sharpness. By mastering them, we can make our costumes adore our products. So our skin, being the largest organ of the body, plays a big role in how we experience and appreciate physical touch or physical products. This is where material aesthetics comes in, how a product feels when we touch. So our skin helps us feel things like softness, temperature, weight, or texture. Because of this, touch is a big part of how we judge products, especially physical ones like phones, clothes, furniture, packaging, and etc. So material aesthetics is about making a product feel good and appropriate when you touch. This can be influence whether someone likes, trusts, or enjoys using a product. So next one is taste and smell. Taste and smell are scents that help us experience aesthetics even more deeply, especially in food industry and different environmental sense. These scents play an important role in experiencing aesthetics. Key elements are strength, sweetness, sourness. For taste, use these elements when possible to enhance the full picture, so our users can feel the aesthetic even deeper. Taste and smells are powerful scents that help us experience aesthetics more deeply, especially in areas like food and environment design, such as restaurants, spas, hotels, and etc. So, while sight, sound, and touch are important, taste and smell create a more emotional and immersive experience. So they trigger memories and feelings more strongly than other senses. In food industry, these senses are central to the product. In spaces like cafe stores and hotels, pleasant smells like coffee, flowers, or clean air improve how people feel in that environment. So next one, creativity, how it works. Creativity can measurable cognitive process that result from trials on finding a solution to a problem. Comes in form of an idea and hence a cognitive process. Creative idea comes as a result of trying to find a solution to a problem. Involves producing something new and of value. Creative ideas is always useful or purposeful. Creativity can be of it intangible or physical product. So, creativity is a mental cognitive process that helps us find new, useful, and valuable solution to a problem. It leads to the creation of ideas or things that did not exist before. So creativity as a cognitive process is something that happens in the mind. It's not random. It can be measured and observed as a process of thinking, testing, and problem solving. So a creative idea usually comes from trying to solve a problem. It doesn't appear out of nowhere. It's the result of trying different approaches until something works. So that's the end of our discussion.